Very good morning, students. This is your Deepa teacher, physical science teacher from Dr. Besant English Medium School. How are you all? Okay. Completed all our holidays. Now let us come back to our studies again. Okay? Now, before starting the class, I want you all to be ready with your textbook and our running notes, and with your pen, pencil, everything. You should listen the class. Right? So open your textbook now. Now what is the last chapter we have learned before? That is refraction of light at plane surfaces we have learned. Right? Have you remembered that? Now tell me what is meant by refraction. Yes. Refraction is the process of bending of light ray when it enters from one medium to another medium. Right? See, suppose let us consider a surface and separating the two media, air and water here, and a normal considered here. Now suppose a light ray is passing from air and touch the interface. What is meant by interface? Yes, the boundary separating the two media is called interface. And when the light ray is passing from one medium to another medium, suppose here air and water. Is the speed of light same in every medium? No. It will changes from one medium to another medium. Now the speed of light is high in air compared to water. So air is called rarer medium. Why air is called rarer medium here? Why air is called rarer medium? Because the speed of light is more in air than water. So air is called rarer medium. Then water is called denser medium. Why water is called denser medium? Comparative to air, the speed of light is less in water. So water is called denser medium and air is called rarer medium. Now the light ray is entering from air, touching the interface. Now it will enter into water. So when it enters into water, there will be change in the speed. So when there is change in the speed, automatically you will observe the bend in the light ray. Instead of going in its straight path, it will bend and move because of decrease in the speed. So it will bend towards the interface. It bends towards the normal. So here this is called the angle between incident ray and normal is called angle of incidence. And the angle between normal and the refracted ray is called angle of refraction. Now observe, are the two angles equal? No, both are not equal. Here you can observe angle I is greater than angle R. Means angle of incidence is greater than angle of refraction because the light ray is bent towards the normal. When the light ray bent towards normal, when it is passing from rarer medium to denser medium, then the light ray is bending towards the normal. So angle of incidence is greater than angle of refraction. Now what will happen when the light ray is passing from denser medium to rarer medium? Let us see. This is the interface, normal. Here water, medium is water, and here the medium is air. Now the light ray is passing from water. This is the incident ray. Now the light ray is passing from water and touching the interface, and now it will enter into air. Water is what medium compared to air? It is denser medium and air is rarer medium. So now light ray is passing from denser medium to rarer medium. So when it touches the interface, now the light ray will enter like this. Can you observe the bend in the light ray? Is it going in a straight path? Actually this is the straight path. But it is not going in a straight path, it has bent. How it has bent now? It bent away from the normal. It bent away from the normal. This is angle of incidence. This is angle of refraction. Now observe which angle is more and which angle is less. Yes, angle of refraction is more than angle of incidence. So here I is less than R. Why I is less than R? Because here the incident ray is entering from denser medium to rarer medium. So angle of incidence will be less than angle of refraction because refracted ray is bending away from the normal. This is what? Refraction. Means the bending of the light ray when it enters from one medium to another medium. Why the light ray will bend? Because of change in the speed of the light. This process is called refraction. This already you learnt. This is about plane surfaces. Now in this chapter what we are going to learn is refraction of light at curved surfaces. So before going to that, first let us do a small activity. Okay? What is that activity is? Our activity 1 in your textbook. All open page number 63 in your textbook. The chapter is. Now see activity 1. We should take a thick sheet of paper and draw an arrow mark on the paper. Okay? Next, we will take a transparent tumbler. Any tumbler like a glass. Okay, now see this arrow mark should be, see all properly, arrow mark should be horizontal, okay, and take a glass tumbler, place this arrow mark beside the back of the tumbler, visible? Okay. Now see this is the arrow mark, okay, like this the size of the arrow mark you observe, length of the arrow mark. Okay, now you keep the glass tumbler. Now observe the arrow mark. Is it the same size? No, right? What happened to the length of the arrow mark? Is it decreased? It appears to be small or not? Yes, it appears to be small. Why it appeared to be small? Can you guess? See now, it is normal length. Why? Because there is only one medium which the light ray is passing from the arrow mark. What is the medium in between? Air. Only air is there. But when I place it this transparent tumbler, now what happened? The light ray from the arrow mark is entering into the air. From the air it is entering into glass. So two mediums are there, two different media is there. So there is decrease in the size of the arrow, length of the arrow. Clear? Now, sir, please pour some water in this. Now observe in the same tumbler I am pouring the water. We are taking water in this. Right. Right. Now observe the arrow. Can you see the arrow now? How it is visible? What you are observing? Is the arrow inverted? Can you see the arrow is inverted? No? Now when water is taken, you will see the inverted position of the arrow. Inverted means lateral inversion. Yes? See now the lateral inversion, see the arrowhead, it is pointed that side. Yes or no? Yes, good. Why it is laterally inverted? Why it is laterally inverted? Because there is another medium now. What is that? Water. Now the light ray is entering from air to glass, glass to water. So you will observe the lateral inversion of arrow. Clear? Yes. Right. This is our activity 1. So you will observe the differences in the arrow. First position, only glass you have taken. Then the light ray entered from air to glass. In next instance, what you have seen? The light ray entering from arrow, from light ray, from the arrow means air to glass, glass to water. So difference in the medium. And if you observe, the glass is having a curved surface. Isn't it? Is having a curved surface. So let us consider that curved surface of the glass. This is the curved surface, let us consider. Okay. Now, Curved surface is you can observe it is a part of the sphere. Actually, curved surface is a part of the sphere. See, it is a part of the sphere, and in this curved surface, the center of the sphere is called center of curvature. Already we have learned in 9th class, if you recall it, isn't it? It is called center of the sphere. Center of curvature represented with C. And a line joining center of curvature to the midpoint of the curve. The curve will have a midpoint. You remember what is that midpoint called? Recall once. Yes, it is called pole, represented with P. And the line joining this pole and the center of curvature, imaginary line, an imaginary line joining pole and center of curvature is called, what is it called? Very good. It is called principal axis. It is called principal axis. Okay? And any line passing from the center of curvature, any line passing from center of curvature and touching any point on the curve is called normal. What is it called? Normal. The line passing from center of curvature and to any point on the curve. See, this is also called normal. This is also called normal. This is also normal. Why they are called normal? They are passing from the center of curvature, touching any point on the curve. So all these, what are they called? They are called normal. So like plane surfaces, even curved surfaces also have many normals, infinity normals they will have. Am I clear? Now let us see how the curved surface, the rays will pass. Name the curved surfaces. Name some of the curved surfaces which we have learnt in reflection. What are they? They are right. Convex mirror and concave mirror. So these surfaces are convex surface and concave surface. Okay. See, what is that convex surface? What is that concave surface? Let us see. Take the curved part. Now, suppose the reflecting surface is outwards. The reflecting surface is bulged outwards. Reflecting surface is bulged outwards. Then that surface is called convex surface. Okay. And if the reflecting surface is inwards, reflecting surface is inwards, then it is called concave surface. It is called concave surface. Clear? So, now let us see how the rays passing from convex surface and concave surface. Before that, the rays, as we learned in the mirrors, what is this line I told? This point is, what is this point? Center of curvature C, which is the center of the sphere. And this is pole. Midpoint of the curve is called pole. And what is this line called? Principal axis. It is called principal, touching the imaginary line passing through pole and center of curvature is called principal axis. Okay. Now, if the incident ray is passing in such a way, touching the center of curvature, if the incident ray is passing, touching the center of curvature, what I told, any line passing through center of curvature is called what? Normal. So the incident ray is passing through normal. So there will not be any bend in the light ray. When incident ray is passing through normal, light ray will not deviate its path. It will go in a straight path. No deviation in its path. In the same way, if the incident ray is passing through principal axis, will it have deviation or not once you think? Will it have the deviation? No. Why it will not have deviation? Very good, because it is also passing through center of curvature, right? So it is also a normal. It is also one of the normal. So no deviation in its path. It goes in a straight path. No bend in the light ray. So two situations you should remember. One is passing through center of curvature. Then it is no deviation in its path. Another one through principal axis, no deviation in its path. They will go in a straight path. Am I clear? Am I clear with this, children? Up to here you understood? Curved surface, convex, concave, and the passing and without deviation, two rays. Am I clear with this? Okay.